Well, he's the star of such big movies as Gone in 60 Seconds, Face Off and National Treasure, and tonight he's joining us on Ignite Announcements. Mr. Nicolas Cage. Mr. Cage, it's a pleasure to have you here. To begin with, would you like to spend a few minutes talking about your new movie, Knowing?
No.
No worries. Now, it is your first trip to Mackay. What are your first impressions of Ignite?
For me, it's an adventure into a new genre.
It's a very interesting way of putting it, Mr. Cage. Now, I understand since you've been in Mackay, you've attended MCF for a church service, but I'm not sure whether it was a 9:30 a.m. morning session or the 6 p.m. night session. How did church compare to Hollywood?
Of not having to have a gun in my hand and shooting people, which I was growing tired of.
Well, it's definitely a change for the better, Mr. Cage. I understand you've gone to Cells as well, which are on every week. How did that experience leave you?
That I felt liberated, that I felt relieved, and I could breathe.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's fantastic, Nicolas. Is it okay if I call you Nicholas?
No.
That's fine. Well, you should come along to my cell this week.
No.
Okay. Well, as you may or may not know, there's been a few changes in the preaching. I mean, Kath was supposed to preach this week, and it ended up Paula preaching this week and Kath preaching last week. How do you feel about that?
I'm very happy with the result.
Well, yeah, I'm really glad you feel that way, Mr. Cage, because your movie's actually been released at an interesting time. It's actually competing with the Ignite Retreat. Now, the Ignite Retreat is on at beautiful Early Beach, and it's on from the 1st to the 4th of May with Pastors Renee and Cameron Bennett. But the early bird special does finish on the 10th of April, so get in quick to get it for $200.
Then that's far more interesting than anything that I could offer.
Well, that's fair enough, Mr. Cage. Now, we have a very high-profile speaker coming to join us next Tuesday the 7th. It's Mr. Chris Hill. Now, he's a fantastic speaker. We're going to have youth groups coming from all over Queensland, from Bowen, from Townsville, everywhere, to come and hear him preach on stage.
They look at me, I'm here, I exist, I'm on the screen, I'm on the radar screen.
Look, frankly, Mr. Cage, you're acting ridiculous, okay? Look, it's about Chris Hill, it's not all about you, so how about we just sit down, you stop being a child, and maybe we can continue.
That's what I'm doing now.
Well, no, you're not. You are acting like a child. That's why we need to sit down and continue this like two adults.
That's what I'm doing now.
Well, that's great. I'm glad we've resolved this. Now, on a different note altogether, Mr. Cage, there will be no Ignite next week, owing to the Easter break. So, do you have any plans on Friday night instead?
I don't need to eat a cockroach.
I think this interview's over, Mr. Cage. Thanks very much.